Oh, look, I've only gone and left that bloody thing on. What's the matter with me? Good evening and welcome back to West Ham Network on this
Mm.
Wednesday evening, stroke Thursday morning for my good pal on my left here, Kieran. Good morning, Kieran. How are you, sir?
G'day, Sean. All good. Beautiful, beautiful morning here, sir. Bit breezy, but lovely.
Yeah,
Yeah.
nice.
Mm.
Nice.
Gorgeous.
Well, you got your sunnies on, so I won't need that.
For the, just for a
You
minute,
got your
that sun.
sunnies on. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I'll
So,
take them off in a minute. Before the wanker fucking
yeah.
messages come through.
Yeah, we'll get to the messages in a minute. We've probably got about 14 million already, as we always do before we start. What time do they start tonight? Oh, 8:30 tonight they started. So, I think Russ didn't do the stream until about 8 o'clock. So anyway, so we are going to be talking about this upcoming game on Saturday at some point. The game against Tottenham Hotspur. Yeah, Tottenham. Well, we got quite a lot to discuss with that one. So we will get to that in a little while. We also, as it's stated in the opening title, there is a new story for us this week from Brisbane. Well, the news is coming from Brisbane about our little insert that we have, which we like to call Croc and Shark Watch. So yes, we have got a story coming up later on. Give us a little while, and we will get to that also. But first of all, the most important people are the ones in the chat. So let's see who's in there. At 8:30 with Rich, he said, "Evening all, hope everyone's well. Come on, you irons." Randy, good evening, Budgie and Kieran. Evening, Randy. Hope you're well, mate. Like button smashed. Thank you, Rich. Don't forget, oh, there's 72 of you watching already, which is lovely to see. Please don't forget to hit the like button, please. It really helps. It helps the channel, but it also helps us because, you know, we're running out of invites to come back. So, you know, if you want to keep seeing us on a Wednesday night, hit that bloody like button.
don't tell them that, guys. None of them press it. Go on.
Yeah,
we'll get rid of these fuckers.
Yeah, I don't care. Hit the thumbs down if you want. Just react. Anything will do. Randy, good evening to you, buddy. Good to see you, mate. Hope you're well. Dad, good evening, mate. Hope you're well.
Hey, Dad.
The special one is in the house. The picture
special one.
The like yes, the picture of Kudos on our thumbnail. It is a little bit intimidating looking, I've got to be honest. But we will get to him in a little while. Yeah, Kudos. Who else have we got in the house? Oh, there's a question. Here's a question for you. Really early on, mate, but here's a question for you. What do you think about Ange going to Forest and replacing Nuno?
I'm gutted. Fucking gutted. You know I always want it. But I tell you what, it's exciting, mate. What's he going to do there, man? This is a team that's been built through Nuno to counter-attack and do it really, really well last year. They were superb at it. Absolutely. So a whole team has been built for that style of football. And his style of football is a complete opposite. You know, high line, hard press. It really is an interesting dynamic.
It's going to be interesting to see. Okay, I'll see you in a bit. It'll be interesting to see how he handles the squad he's got to start with. I think he's going to really like Woods. I think he'll like having Woods on the books because he does kind of like that striker. I call them lazy strikers, but they're not lazy. What they do is they tend to hold that high line a lot.
He's got two two really good centre halves there. That's a great
Yeah.
start for him. He's one of his first signings was Mickey van der Ven, right? One of the quickest fucking centre halves I've ever seen at Tottenham. And that's what, because he needs that pace, right? If he plays such a high line, he needs these. But they are two really good centre halves, a good pairing they are, Nottingham Forest. So he's got that. They've brought a few new players in. I don't know, it'll be just really interesting. It's quite exciting to watch. And his first game's against Arsenal. God, wow.
Oh, great. Good evening, Mark. Thank you for joining us. I hope that answered your question.
I always sort of knew, as soon as that Nuno story come out about him being not happy with I went, because I know that Marinakis and Ange are a bit matey, and he's Greek, see, and the Greeks do like to stick together, man. I'll tell you, especially over here in Australia.
They do like,
I had a feeling.
You're right, yeah.
As soon as I heard that, I went, Big Ange could be fucking in there. And fucking hours later, he was announced after they dropped Nuno. He'd been setting this up for a while, Marinakis, mate. He had Ange signed up long before he got sacked. Long before.
Yeah. What are you drinking? Coffee?
Tea at the moment, gang. I'm going to on the Ribena as well very soon.
All right. I'm drinking Guinness with a dash of tequila. It's actually very nice. Very, very nice.
Jesus.
It's my new favourite drink. Yeah. So, I'm a little bit buzzed. Good evening, Leslie. Thank you for joining us, mate. Mark, saying hello to everyone. Who else we got in the house? Oh, look. Usual suspect, as always. I know Cieran likes Ange, but I'm going to Forest means I think we dodged a bullet. But him going to Forest means...
Look, I will say this, we have not got the team at all for Ange. Yeah, I mean, I think signing him now would be a bad move. I agree with that. But I think if we'd done it, after we'd won that Conference League, if it had happened then, and the money we've spent since, I think we could have ended up a really exciting brand of football to watch by now. But I think that ship has sailed. But
definitely. Yeah. Everyone's saying good evening. Well, we're still getting good. Oh, look, here we go, Brendan. Good evening to you, sir. Hope you're well, mate. Who else have we got in the house? Mr. Bongo. James Bong. Good evening, all you chirpy, positive little animals. Yeah, we're all chirpy and positive, I hope.
Very positive.
I hope. Mr. Flowers, where are you? There you are. Good evening, Brian. Thank you for joining. Hello, all. Anyone else ready to get back to the pitch? Absolutely, mate. And it actually is going to be really nice to see that battle between Wan-Bissaka. Well, that's not Wan-Bissaka, sorry. Malik Juice and Kudus. Yeah, and Kudus. That's going to be a battle to watch on Saturday. Yeah, because Kudus is back.
Let's see.
What's Leslie saying?
Can't have him scoring.
Leslie, this is great news to read, and I'm going to leave it on the screen for a minute. Positive news regarding his daughter's fight. The chemo may be winning.
Brilliant.
Congratulations. Hopefully that is that is proper. That is really good news. Really, really good news. Who else have we got? Have we got anyone else? Everyone's sending love, which is brilliant. Leslie, Budgie, morning, Cieran. Fly Fox, good evening, mate. Hope you're well. Raven, good evening, guys. Hope you're well. As Fab does a Colton Cole and re-signs, how will you rate him, and who's your favourite Irons goalkeeper of all time? Great question. First of all, let's just you know, let's just um, go at the fact that he's back. I mean, that's great news for the club. It's great
Yeah.
news for all of us diehard West Ham fans. We've always known him to be really reliable. Even when he's injured, he still makes himself a part of the setup and everything else. So we've always known that Fabianski's a good egg, and it's always good to have a good egg in the mix, you know. So having him back at the club means
Well,
that some of that old school West Ham is back in the ranks, if you like, you know. And maybe, just
I
maybe,
didn't know why we let him go in the
he,
first place. I wanted
well,
him for another year.
yeah, I mean that's been
I said it
quite
at the
a
time.
common conversation. Yeah, we did. We both did, mate. You know, um, and that's been quite a common conversation between West Ham fans and other fan channels as well. Um, why did we let him go? But the fact is, we did. His contract was up. He was happy to leave, and hopefully he's as happy to come back. And so, therefore, what we've done is we've let Fotheringham go to wherever it was he's gone to. Where was it he went to?
I
Saudi?
didn't.
Turkey? Somewhere like that. I can't remember now. But anyway, he's gone
Yeah.
somewhere.
Well,
And therefore that's left the door open for something that, let's be honest, maybe 80%, a good 80% of West Ham fans
it,
would have wanted.
no, look. The point is that he's there as a number 3 at the moment. But if something badly, we had an injury to one of our Areola or Hermanson, then he's second in choice. And then if your goalkeeper's then out of form, you'd still play him. Where you'd still use Fabianski if you had to. And I don't think you would with Foreign. You'd be scared to do it. But
Yeah,
with
of
him, he's
course.
safe, and I'd say, and I always said at the beginning, goes, losing Soufal, Cresswell, Fabianski, Antonio, we're losing a big part of that dressing room, and I think he is a big part
A
of it.
massive part of West Ham as well.
So it's good. Yeah, I think it's good to have him in that dressing room, whatever happens. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he's a
And
massive
Phil
part of West
Parks,
Ham.
the answer to the end of that question, Raven, Phil Parks.
Yeah, and I would have to go along with that with Shaka, a very, very close second for me. But Phil Parks is definitely my favourite West Ham keeper of all time. Rich, good
Yeah.
evening. Welcome back, sir. Thank you for bought some crocodile shoes the other day. They didn't fit him. The crocodile and shark watch, please. We have got a shark watch coming up a little bit later on, Rich. So hold on to your
Yeah.
fins, mate. Keep your flippers close. You'll be dipping into the water soon, mate. Don't worry. Yeah, who else have we got? Mandy. Good evening to you, Mandy. Thank you for joining us. Hi, everyone. Thoughts on Fabianski's re-signing? Well, we've just covered that hopefully for you, mate. Thank you for your question. Happy Amaret's in the house. Good evening, Happy. How are you? She says, good
Happy
evening,
Oak.
everyone. Uh, who else have we got in here? Brian says, I'm having nightmares about Kudus having a career-defining game against us on Saturday.
Yeah, could do
Anyone else?
without it, Brian. I'll tell you, could do without it. But
Well, I was listening to young Jake's show earlier, and he was actually broadcasting live from Adam Frankel's house in America. He's out there at the
all
moment
right.
visiting, and they were saying that it's a pity we haven't got Alvarez to leave a little something on the beach.
Yeah, he'd be the man,
And I
wouldn't he?
said, yeah, and I said, wouldn't it be nice if that mantle was taken on by Paqueta. For, just a little nudge in the right direction saying, you know, you shouldn't have left, mate. You know, that would be nice. That would be nice. Yeah, and Happy says that would be career ending, not career defining. Um, and James says, so it turns out that Judas's real name was Mohammed. We'll solve a few issues when I'm next at Sunday school. You silly sausage. Um, um, maybe the occasion will overcome him like it did with Declan Rice. Now that's a really good point, Mark, actually, because that's
Well,
happened to one or two of the players that have returned to us with so-called bigger and better teams. There
well,
have been,
the last game I watched, the last game against Bournemouth, Tottenham, Bournemouth, and
yeah,
they were very shit on the day, Tottenham, and he was completely anonymous in that game.
was he?
First two games he was really good. He must have had about 3 assists in his first two games, but in that game itself, why Bournemouth had him, he done nothing, absolutely nothing. So hopefully he has another day like that.
Well, yeah, let's hope so. Let's hope so. I mean, I'm sorry. There's no love lost there for that man for me, unfortunately. Um,
It doesn't matter. I'm not
Fabianski,
bothered. I don't really give a toss. We had him. He never felt like a real West Ham player that for me, I really took to. I liked it when he was good, and then he weren't. And last season, he really didn't offer much. And he's done now. He's gone. I can't be bothered to worry about players that have left. Just let them get on with it. Do whatever you want. I don't care. I'm not bothered by him.
Philip, I hope you were in here
Yeah.
10 minutes ago, which
Hey, Philip.
maybe. Well, we were already talking about it, and we were thinking that it's the best thing that could have happened this season. To be fair, in the goalkeeping department, I mean, we've signed Mads Hermanderson, and he's not proven to be ready for the Premier League with us as yet. He's done an all
I
right
don't know.
job, but he ain't done a good job. He ain't done a good
No,
job.
not yet. But look, I hope Fabs never has to play, and if that means Hermanson being brilliant, he turns out to be a cracking keeper, and that'd be even better.
Yeah,
Fabs he's the third keeper. That's it. That's what you want. You want that Hermanson to come good, be a number one keeper, and be really good at it. That's the ideal.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Good evening, Tony. Hammers Football TV. If you haven't already had a look at his stuff, people, check him out.
Tony.
Give him a subscribe and the like and all that sort of stuff. Tony is a really good guy, although he ain't got much hair. That's neither here nor there. I'm not going to
Yeah.
discriminate, but he ain't got a lot
Yeah.
of hair.
And he has
But
some
he is a
dubious
nice guy.
guests on.
Yeah, he has Arsenal fans on and all sorts, the fella. No, it's a great channel, and yeah, it's really
Jeez, I'm
good
hefty
content.
this morning.
Um, oh, Leslie's given us a top three: Parks, Ludo, and Robert Green. Great choices, all
Yeah, that's
three.
not bad.
Yeah, I suppose if I was to go with
Absolutely.
the top three, I think it would have to be Phil Parks, then Shaka, and then maybe Ludo. That would have to be. And it would be very difficult as to which way I would put Shaka and Ludo now, thinking about it. But Phil Parks is still my number one. Bongo says Parksy all day. Kevin Saunders, good
Day
evening,
long.
mate. How are you, sir? Fantastic.
David?
Fab is back. True West Ham man. Absolutely, mate.
Absolutely.
And
Love it.
refused to take his kids out of their school, which is just up the road from the old ground. Not sure where, but it's not far from the old ground, from what I understand.
That's
Um,
good for him.
yeah,
He's only
yeah,
40, mate. 40 for a Keepers can still do it at 40, mate. Not a problem. So, but I'd say we'll probably never see him if everything works out right. But it's great to have him in that dressing room, I think.
Mm. Happy saying, I believe we really stand a chance against the Spurs on Saturday. And you know what? I've got to be
Why
inclined
not?
to agree with her. And
Why not?
like in the show on West Ham Unofficial, Jake's show, he was asking for um, you know predictions for the game. I actually put in 4-1 to West Ham, and I meant it. I know people are going to take the piss, and I know they're going to ask me if Antonio's on the bench, but like, stick a finger in your own eyes, people. I, I've got a funny feeling we're absolutely going to destroy them this week. I've just got this
That's a funny.
really, really weird feeling about it.
I haven't thought about it that much, but no, I don't think it's going to be like that. But who knows? You never know. I never thought we could beat Forest 3-0 either. So
Exactly that, mate. I mean, I thought Forest were going to come and stomp all over us.
Yeah, but he changed things up.
And
So
and we were away as well, which is, as we all know, is always a disadvantage to West Ham. I mean, we can't.
Fucking disadvantage being at home as well.
Even more so at the moment.
We'll see, mate. I mean, it'll be a close game. I don't think they'll run over us, but we've got to put in a performance. So that's at the end of the day. If he doesn't revert back to his back three, if we play, I don't know. I doubt if Somerville will start, but he might. It just depends how he sets up, Geezer. And
well, it would be nice. And there has been a couple of videos out there. One in particular, I think, was from Ange, where they said that it was like smoke and mirrors. Oh, and I think it was also one from Anton. It might have been on this channel, saying that it might have been all smoke and mirrors, that he got injured in training and this and that. And
I don't know.
Ready to play for Tottenham. Well, look, I hope he gets his opportunity to start. The thing is with young Somerville, and I use that phrase quite deliberately, he is young, but the thing is, it's not like he can't handle the Premier League. He's shown he can do that with Leeds. And then when he went down into the Championship with Leeds, he showed that he could more than handle that by becoming, the player of the season in that league, voted by whoever, the league or whatever it was. And unfortunate to have injury and stuff when he first came to us. So, I think the future's bright for him, and provided he gets the opportunities,
he's a good player to have off the bench as well. I like to have something to come on and change a game, and he's one of them that can, which he did against Forest. If you do start him, we sort of lack the bench. But if he's ready and he's fit enough, I think he should start. We need to have a threat. He gives you that.
I believe he should.
And I'll tell you what, it might be Juve. It could be Juve and Somerville doubling up on Kudus on that right, or their right, just to stop him. Because every time I've seen Kudus being nullified at West Ham, it's because most teams doubled up on him, made sure he didn't get going. And that's when he sort of drifts out of the game. So that could be a plan. Who knows?
Yeah. Right, I'm going to skip quite a lot of these comments because it's about stuff I don't really want to discuss. Steve Irons, good evening to you, sir. Thank you for joining us. We will beat the Spurs. Have fun. He says,
"Like to hear it, Steve. Like to hear it, mate."
Ray, good evening to you, Ray. Hope you're well, mate. Good evening, Budgie. Morning, Cieran.
Right.
AT, good morning, good evening, he says. Mervyn Day was a good goalkeeper as well.
Yeah.
He absolutely was.
When he
He
first
was a
come on the
great
scene,
goalkeeper.
AT, he was fabulous. You know, he was being compared with Peter Bonetti at the time. I remember calling him the cat. He was,
Yeah,
superb. And then he sort of fell off a cliff. I think his dad might have died, and then it sort of affected him. And then he weren't
yeah,
that good. But he was at first. He was unbelievable, young keeper,
yeah,
really
yeah.
good, and
I
really
mean, he
likable
was,
too. Really
yeah,
likable.
and he was the first goalkeeper I kind of recall a commentator saying or referring to as safe hands. He was the first keeper I remember that phrase being said about.
Oh, I
You
don't
know,
know about that. I don't know
no,
about that.
I'm probably wrong, but
Probably Pat Jennings.
I,
Pat
I,
Jennings.
no, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know if it might. I don't know, but I
Well,
remember. I remember him being referred to as a pair of safe hands by what's his bloody name? David Coleman. David Coleman, mate. I'm telling you. Oh, that's a bit naughty, Bongo. I've always thought of Kudus as being a bit Spursy. So, job for the job.
mm.
Oh dear. Tony, thank you very much. I didn't mean what I said, by the way, mate.
Oh,
He
dude.
says, make sure you're hitting the like button, people. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Uh,
Dude.
who else have we got in the house? We haven't really got any new people in the house as such. Um, and Steve Irons 8, he says, bit late, but Park's our best keeper by far.
I think so, Stevie.
Absolutely.
I think the success we had at that time as well helps. You know, when you
Yeah,
win an FA Cup, you know, get to a League Cup final,
yeah,
European final. Man, he was good. He was just a top keeper, and he was the most expensive keeper ever in the world at the time. I think he
and he
paid
was
about
also
five and a half, £600,000.
yeah,
Crazy, eh?
650,000, wasn't it? 650,000.
It's something around that mark, but yeah, most
Yeah,
expensive keeper. So we
he,
knew what
he
we were
was
buying from QPR.
he was the
It was
first
superb.
he was the first goalkeeper over 500,000. He was also what was he 6'5" or 6'6" or something, wasn't he?
Don't know.
He's a big fella, Phil Park. I mean,
Well,
even
most
now,
keepers were.
he's still a big fella now. You know,
Yeah, he was a lump.
usual saying, West Ham trying to bring the age of the team down, so we re-signed a 40-year-old goalkeeper. You've got to love the way the world music runs the club.
Yeah, it's brilliant, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, it's
So
brilliant.
last week we're bringing the age down, and this week went, no, fuck that, let's go back up a bit.
Yeah, let's not shut up a couple of years. Good evening, Ted. Evening and morning, old man. Only taking the piss. I'm old as well. Well, that's good to hear,
Hey,
son.
Ted.
That's good to hear. Right, okay, so let's just see if there is anyone else in here that I have missed. If there's anyone I've missed, I will quickly give you a mention. I'm going to get as far as. Oh, look, there we go. Look, Frog in and well. Good evening,
Froggy.
gentlementals. Thank you, mate.
Mm,
Hope you're well. Um,
sounds good, isn't it?
Froggy, yeah, gentlementals. I love that.
Yeah, that's
Billy
a good
Bob's
one.
in the house, and he has also
Billy Bob.
gently caressed the like button.
Ah,
Thank you. Thank you, Billy.
very,
Bless you,
he's
sir.
very consistent, old Billy. He's very consistent with caressing
He, he is, he is.
buttons.
Um, Colin is in the house. Good evening, Budgie. Good morning, Kieran. Wonderful gentlemen. Pleasure. Good morning,
Morning,
you both.
Colin.
Pleasure to have you with us. We haven't really got into the show as such yet because we're still greeting all you good people in the chat. Rob, good evening to you, mate. Hope you're well. Thank you for joining us. Leon,
Ralph.
hopefully you're well, mate, and good evening to
G'day,
you,
Leon.
sir. Good morning. Good morning to you, Kieran. Um,
Morning, sir.
everyone's saying hi. Um, All hammer. Good evening, all hammers and hammerettes. Steve Palmer, please let us stick with 4 at the back. Absolutely, mate. Right, I have
Yeah,
actually caught up with the chat as it
yeah. But I tell you,
stands. Right.
look, do you know how much last night or whatever it was? Was it last night? Night before? I actually tried to watch the England game, and I've been slaughtering England for ages, and they hate watching them. I thought, now the
Mm.
Serbian game I had a feeling that the Serbian game might be worth watching. And yeah, they were a lot better. It was a little bit more exciting, a little bit more movement about. I think
Yeah,
Elliot Anderson played well in the middle. I thought he had a good game. And
I
even
thought
Bowen,
so.
the 20-minute cameo of Bowen, it really was lively. He was involved in so much in 20 minutes. Unlucky
Mm.
not to get an assist. It's always sort of going to be offside. But yeah,
Yeah.
he had a good little 20-minute spell. My worry with that, though, especially after these 2 games, is without Saka being injured, it's quite obvious with this Tuchel that Madueke is his second choice to Saka, and maybe
But
his first choice, and Bowen's not.
I do want to say on that point though, Kieran, that on the performance that Madueke has been putting in, you can see why. He is,
He was good in that game. I thought he was pretty.
he's been really
Well,
good.
everyone was average in the first game. I thought it was fucking
And you,
shit.
and you know also at the beginning of the
But
window, I said that I would like us to get him. I would like us to go in and get him because he was
yeah,
ready for the
yeah,
taking.
but we don't need another fucking geezer on the right, geezer. We got Pocket. That's the problem. That's what Kudos
I
couldn't shine
know,
at West
I
Ham.
know.
We had Kudos when we didn't need him on the right. So it's not a player we really needed. It's not a position we needed to fill. But my worry is that I think Tuchel's already made his mind up with that, and I don't think it matters what Bowen does. I think he's going to
Yeah.
struggle to see that England team, or even maybe the squad, come the summer. Yeah, for him, I'm thinking him for a World Cup space. He might not get there. But I was really pleased that 20 minutes he came on, mate. He made a difference. He tried to get involved
He
in everything.
certainly did.
Thought he was really good.
And Randy does make a really valid point here as well, actually. He says, unfortunately, Bowen's age is against him. When it comes to Saka and Madueke, they're both younger.
Yeah.
But he's not been given a proper crack in that position because it's stacked up. And that's absolutely spot on, mate, you know? And
Yeah,
to
it's
be
just one of them
fair,
things. It's just,
it is. And that's
you got
why,
that
as you
in front of
say, you know, Kudus couldn't shine as a right winger because we favour Bowen. And rightfully so, we do because he's the right man for the
yeah.
job. And he has been. And let's be fair, Rob sadly has got the nail right on the head. Bowen sadly isn't a Tuchel player, he feels. And I think you're
Yeah, I
right.
think so, Rob. I
I
just
think
don't think
Bowen,
he fancies him.
yeah, I think Bowen's got everything that all them other guys in that position have got. But as you know, as mentioned, he does have a couple of years on most of the
Yeah,
guys in
but
his position.
sometimes it comes down to the manager, who he prefers. It doesn't mean that, Saka and Madueke are far better than him. It just means that Tuchel likes this player, wants to stick with him. And I say not to even give Bowen a little run out against that Andorra, which I predicted last week, if you remember. I said we'd beat Andorra 2-0, where it should be 5. And exactly how it turned out. We were fucking bang average, couldn't break them down very well, and scored 2 goals. And it was boring as shit. But there you go.
Rich, thank you, sir, for that. I will put that towards Sullivan's cab. £2. Thank you very much.
Cheers, Richie.
Thanks, mate. Appreciated. So usual says if Trotter plays 5 at the back Saturday, it means he's already raised the white flag before the ball is kicked. Absolutely.
It's not a good sign, usual, if he does. I think he'd be committing fucking suicide if he does that. Especially with the West Ham fan base. I think they'll be, what are you doing? You've just found something that worked. Don't change it again. But Who knows what?
It's a great memory here from Ray. Thank you, Ray. Appreciate this, mate. He says, I remember in the late 70s, Mervyn Day throwing his second pair of gloves into the back of the net for the start of the second half and asking, who won the Grand National?
Right.
Brilliant memory. I love that. I love that. Who did win the Grand National? I wonder.
Red rum.
Red Rum, yeah. Leginsky or something. Everybody's still chatting amongst the good. Steve says, we do have a lot of English players in that same similar role with Bowen. Give Bowen
Yeah.
a chance at tournament football, perhaps when more games. Yeah, I get what you're saying there, Steve. And to be fair, Bowen's proven himself in tournament games in Europe.
It's just the numbers of the squad. When you think that Saka will probably be back in, you're talking Cole Palmer, Bellingham. You know, there's so many players. That's the trouble with England. They've got so many players to pick from. You know,
Yeah.
it's
This
hard
is
to
the
know.
thing.
You know, can only pick so
This is
many
like,
to take.
yeah, this is almost like the second coming of the golden generation, isn't it? You know what I mean? When you had the
There's
likes
a
of
lot of great young players.
Jackson. Yeah, yeah. I
You've
mean,
got these two young lads now. That boy, a 15-year-old at Arsenal. Fucking hell. Yeah, he's getting game
I
time
know,
already at 15. You've got that
I know.
16-year-old at Liverpool that
Ridiculous.
scored the winner the other week against Newcastle. He came on. And
Yeah,
you think, Jesus Christ, there's a lot of young players
it's
coming through.
ridiculous, isn't it? It is ridiculous.
Mm. Yeah, now another 10 years, guys, they'll all be 18-year-olds playing for the England team.
You know what I
It's
mean?
going like that.
Oh my
Look, you know.
God.
If you're 24, you're too old.
Yeah, yeah. You know what I mean? And the captain will be somebody like Harry Maguire. No, not the captain, manager, I mean. The manager will be somebody like Harry Maguire. I bet you if he goes into management, I bet you he gets offered the job at some point. Oh, slabhead. Anyway,
Who
let's see
knows?
what's happening in the chat. Not a lot. No, there's actually quite a lot happening in the chat, but that's where
Anyway,
I'm at. That's where I'm at, Froggy. He said, by stats, Bowen should be in.
yeah, I know. But sometimes stats don't matter to a manager. A manager will look at him and go, well, I can make him better. I think I can get the best out of him. And then, stats won't matter. Because you remember, he's not buying players, Tuchel, is he? He's got more to pick from. And
Yeah,
they just like a player, you know? I think we're seeing that
yeah,
with a Potter with Ward-Prowse. I just think he
yeah,
likes the way, he's a safe pair of hands when it comes to, for most of it. Can't
yeah,
fucking
yeah,
defend. He can't run. He ain't got no speed.
yeah,
His free kicks have gone out the window, but for some reason he likes it. And he plays it. And,
yeah.
that's...
I think he carries quite a bit of clout in the changing room. To be fair with you, Kieran, because don't
Mm.
forget he was captain at Southampton. He's been he's been selected for the
Excuse
England
me.
squad before.
Yeah,
So
yeah, no, I just for whatever reason, you had it with Moyes with Soucek. When Soucek was out of form, fucking
yeah,
Moyes played him
yeah.
anyway. You know, when he was struggling a bit, he looked a bit weary because he was playing every minute of every game. He was playing for
And
his
then
national
and then he'd
team
pop
every
up
minute of
with a
every game.
fucking wonder goal.
Yeah, but he's still playing when he weren't playing well. It just trusted him to do, give everything, which he does. But there
To
were
do the
times there
basics.
he should have gave him a break. I think,
Yeah.
but he didn't.
I
It's
mean,
just
the
managers
thing
have
is,
this about players.
the thing is, the basics for James Ward-Prowse is sideways and backwards, right?
Yeah,
And
and retaining
that
the
can,
ball.
that can be kind of
Boring.
comfort for a manager, though. You know what I mean?
It can be, yeah. I think that's what he wants him there
So
for, and that's what he likes.
yeah,
But it's boring.
I think
It's
you're right.
boring
I
for
think
us.
you're right. Of course, it's boring for us. You know, um, I mean, to be fair, we've never really had a a midfielder in that position that has played that often back and sideways. I mean, like you look at the likes of Noble, Scotty Parker, um, what was his name? Chet Coyote. All of those players that have played in that position, that central floaty midfieldery type position that James Ward-Prowse seems to pick up. All of them that have played in that
Oh,
position have all driven forward with the ball,
well,
including Noble.
exactly. They had the capability of going forward and getting on the end of things as well, and giving you some go forward. Price doesn't, and plus he's just so slow. It's when they don't have the ball, we get run through there. But like I said, it doesn't mean he's not a good player. It's just I don't think when you put three slow midfielders in there, Jesus fuck, you're asking for a
Yeah,
nightmare. Luckily, we've got this Fernandes now, and I think he is going to be the answer for that midfield. I think he makes us, he'll give us a more go forward, a bit more tenacious, a bit quicker. Yeah, I like him. I like him. But anyway, we'll see
okay,
against
right.
Tottenham how we
Yeah,
line up.
great intro because I was about to say let's move on to Saturday's game, to the Tottenham game. Now, chat, get involved. What we want to know from you guys, or what I want to know from you guys, is does Kudus score? Do we win? Do we lose? What's your predictions for the game? And does Paqueta leave anything on Kudus? Let us know in the chat what you think. If not Paqueta, who does? Who leaves a little something there for him? Yeah, because
I don't
someone
know.
has to. So,
I think that'd be the last thing in the Potter's mind.
of course.
All he wants is to stop him playing. If we had Alvarez, we're probably down to 10 men after 15 minutes. But Kudos might be being stretched off as well. But that doesn't help.
Yeah.
We got to. We don't want no West Ham fan wants him to have a good game. Now these first two games, I'd say the Tottenham game he was really good, really good. You know, got about 3 assists. He was superb.
Frog agrees with you that prediction. Kudus gets stretched off.
Okay. But I don't think we've got the player to do it. To be honest, I don't think Malik Juice is that type of player. Somerville's not. Fernandes might. He got sent off for the under-21s during the week. Fernandes, maybe he's the boy too. They might have him out there on the left in front of Malik Juice, and he might be the guy to hit him. So,
Well,
you know,
listen, from what
but
we've seen of him so far, he can't be discounted for that kind of role because he's shown that he's quick with the ball. He's quick with the ball at his feet. He's quick at moving the ball line. He's shown his defensive capabilities and his tackling. He's pretty crisp and clean, and he can go into a 50-50 and come out with the ball. He's shown all
I
of
think he
those
can.
qualities so far. Let's hope he can do that on the long term because we don't know an awful lot about him. We've only seen the clips on YouTube and stuff like that, and you know what we've seen with him with us. But
He's a decent player. Look, that could be the guy. I just think, let's put it this way. If Potter doesn't know how to play against Kudus after having him all last year, well, Jesus. It's just knowing how to stop him and stopping him are two different things.
Yeah. I happen to think that, what's his name? Fernandez, whatever it is. I think he's a decent player, as you said. And I just don't think we've seen the best of him. I think
I've only just
he's
seen him once.
no, but I mean, even when he was at
Oh,
Southampton,
he's he's gonna. I remember watching at Southampton, even when Southampton was shit, and he was good. I liked him. You could see that he's a
yeah,
decent player, man. I
yeah,
think he's going
I
to be a
think
big
once he,
difference for us this season.
yeah,
Massive difference.
I think once he's got, the likes of Juve and Ketter and, maybe Somerville around him, I think you'll find a very, very useful midfielder in that young man because from what I've seen so far, I've been really impressed. And I mean, and that
And
don't take an awful lot to impress an old bastard like me, but
now he'll be.
I like what I've seen.
I'd like to think that by the end of this season, he'll be in the mix and in the conversation of Hammer of the Year. That's what I want to see.
Yeah, and
That's
Steve
a
says
lot to
he
put
thinks
on
he
him,
might
but
even have it. He might even come away with a chunk of
yeah,
Kudos.
that's more likely than the others, I think, Steve.
Yeah,
I think it's more likely it's him that puts it in on him than anyone else. I would say.
let's hope his plane gets hijacked on the way back from Ghana. Uh, right, okay. Well, what else have we? Come on, let's have some more. Let's have some more chat about Tottenham game. Come on, stop talking about England.
Yeah,
Right,
well,
here we go. Steve Irons says Kudus could be knackered coming back from Africa,
yeah.
and Shiplap will be coming back from Bolivia.
Is that right?
Paquet. What? I take it you're not very impressed with Paquet, Steve. Um, kind of
No, maybe
thing.
that's where Brazil playing. I don't know. I didn't take any
No,
notice about where these
no,
players have gone.
no, does well for West Ham. That's the most important thing. But I do hope he forces through a start for England. Hopefully, yeah, that would be nice, mate. That would be nice. And Liam agrees. Kieran, I reckon it's time, don't you?
Yeah, mate. Why not? Why not?
Why not? Let's
Why
get
not
into it.
indeed? Well,
Live from Brisbane.
indeed. I'm from Brisbane, mate. This is a brutal. This is a Jaws like attack last week. I think it was Sunday. It was unbelievable. Right? Is it at DY Beach? Right? DY Beach is part of the northern beaches of Sydney, right, where you got Manly and DY and a few others. Bondi's on the eastern side of Sydney. But when you go over, I've been at the Opera House there, you get a ferry and you go over to Manly. And these are all sets of beaches in that thing. It's beautiful there. It's really gorgeous. Lovely place, great place for surfers. A really good surfing spot at this DY Beach. It's about 2.5 k's long, this beach. And unbelievably, this surfer, 57-year-old, his name's Mercury Salakis. I think he's a Greek boy. Identical twin and all, poor fucker. And he got attacked by a shark. There was a little bit of film of the splashing again of what was going on. But this shark, you remember, the good story he had the other week when the boy had his ball snapped in half and basically the geezer only had a scratch on him. That was it. That was a great story.
Yeah.
This, by the time this shark had finished and they got to his body and got it back to the beach, he was missing 3 limbs, both his legs and his arm. This was brutal, geezer. This was an horrendous. So he was dead before they got him back to the beach. And
Wow.
even they brought in the experts on. They threw up drones and helicopters to see what shark it was, or try to drive them away from the beaches. They shut all the beaches in North Sydney, and they couldn't find it. But the experts come in and looked at the teeth marks on the board, because he snapped the board in half as well. And they deduced that it was a great white, about 3.6, 3.8 metres. But
Wow,
absolutely horrendous attack. It was just brutal. Normally these sharks take a bite and then that's it. But this shark didn't, mate. He kept going. And it was really brutal. Poor fucker.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Oh.
So, and then they shut a lot of the beaches then for at least a day. And then they had the next day they had another shark warning. They have sirens there that can go off to give you a shark warning when there's a shark been sighted out there. And there was another one they found was another great white where nobody knows this is the same one, more than likely. So yeah, it was just a really bad attack, man. Really bad result. Boy, he was dead before he even got him back. Yeah, terrible for the family, like his brother and that. It's weird, isn't it? Because they went on about this one because it was so brutal. On that particular beach, DY, they hadn't had a fatal attack there since 1934. You know, shows you how rare it is at that beach. But
yeah, I mean, the thing is, like just a second ago, I put up a comment. Hang on, where was it? It was from there we go, from Tony. He said he had heard about this one, Kieran. It was brutal one before.
It was brutal.
So, I mean, these shark attacks now are beginning to get a little bit more media coverage across the world now, because, as you've explained before, you probably get maybe 3 fatal attacks in a year maximum. Averages around 1 or 2.
If you go back sort of 100 years, you probably average about 1 a year. If you go over that, but we've had, I think, 5 now since December. Fatal.
No, this is one,
unprecedented, mate. Huh?
I think this is the 6th one.
I think it's the 5th, but I'd have to.
Is it the 5th?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's 5. Right. Fatal.
Yeah.
I mean, you get shark attacks, and it just shows you that the other week how at Cabarita, that boy, how lucky he was when he had his ball snapped in half and he never got touched.
I know.
It's amazing. And then
this fella, yeah, like it looks like the shark come back for 2 or 3 goes at him.
Must have done.
And it's brutal. But then we have to understand we're in their world.
Look, and all surfers will tell you that, geezer. See, the thing is, there's a shark net there, right? And this is when I think this is done for tourism. When they put up all these shark nets, it's to make sure that tourists will still come, they'll still swim, they'll still be there, because a bit like the Jaws film, they don't want to lose tourists because of it, right? So they tell them that, we've got up shark nets, it's all fine. But this is the shark net that's at DY Beach. That's 2.4 kilometres long, the beach, right? And the actual shark nets that there is 150 metres wide. Right? And this is the thing. Now, I've seen a program about that actual net at DY Beach. Right?
Hang on, when you go up there a little bit, we go round them there.
Right. When the net's dropped, it's hanging off the buoys, right? And it's about 4 metres from the surface, so you can go over it. It's about 5 metres from the actual sea floor, so you can go under it. Or you can just go around it, right? It does it fucking does nothing, Keith. Because But I
That's
think
like,
it's there
that's
to
like
allay the
taking a
fears of the
roundabout in
shark.
the middle of a motorway, isn't it? Hey, it's
It's
like
when you
taking
go,
a roundabout in the middle of a motorway. Fuck's sake.
and it's a great. Most of the marine biologists will tell you that shark nets don't work. Right? You know, it's pretty
Yeah.
obvious. They just don't.
I am
And
listening. I'm
and
just
all they
going
do
to
is
quick grab a drink.
get
Yeah,
other
go.
species mainly caught in them nets that die. And when these sort of, it could be turtles, it could be any kind of other fish get caught in these nets, then the sharks come because they hear them, you know, they hear them struggling. They come and bite them the shit out of these fucking things in the net. It's just adds food to the sharks. That's what it mainly. So it doesn't, you know.
Chumming up the beaches for everybody.
I mean, the New South Wales government, they just commissioned 50 more shark nets to go into 50 beaches in New South Wales, and all the marine guys are telling you it's pointless. It's just you're just doing something to look good. You're virtue signaling something that you're doing something for the safety. You can't. It makes
No.
either they reckon all the beaches they've studied, the shark nets have made no difference to the amount of attacks or fatalities that you would have any other year. You know, so yeah, it's a controversial thing. These shark nets, they think it just kills the wrong species for no reason. There you go.
Mark's got a question for you. Was it wearing a fedora?
No, Mark, it weren't. Apparently not. Well, I couldn't find it, so I don't think it was. But it done a job. They done a hell of a job. It was very like that, you know, the opening of Jaws there when that young girl's out there swimming.
Oh yeah.
And the attack happened. And then remember her body washed into the thing and it was fucking nothing left of it. Jesus, this fucking shark was brutal.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Good evening, Stuart. He says evening from Lincolnshire. Have I missed anything tonight? Just got home from work doing 12-hour shift. Mate, bless you.
Big one.
Yeah, no, you ain't missed an awful lot. We've spoken a little about the Tottenham game. We've spoken a little about Bowie's performance for England. We've spoken a little bit about Judas Kudus coming back to the London Stadium. And as you've probably just heard, we've been chatting a lot about a shark attack. So, yeah, good evening,
And
mate.
you know, funny enough, it keeps coming up on my feed now, this shark stuff. And, it went on about, do you know that the golf course I played here is Carbrook, where they talk about the sharks are in the lake. And it came up on there, and it actually showed when it originally happened, the sharks ended up in the lake. It actually showed video, the guy owned the course, filming the sharks in the lake, these bull sharks.
Yeah.
And they were feeding them chicken and shit and all sorts. I went, wow, I didn't realise they had video of them. I know there was always talk of them being in there, but they did have video, and there was about 4 or 5 of them in there. That was after the floods, where the whole course had flooded. They came out of the creeks, and then they were stuck in the lake. But then we've had a flood since, I think, 2015 or something, and now they haven't spotted one for a long time, so they might be all gone.
They've made their way back into the water system. Yeah.
Could well have done, yeah.
Sean, fresh leader. He did make it in time for the shark watch. He has made it, but he said, have we had the big Ange love in yet?
He's back, he's back, son. He's back. Okay, I can't wait. I'm looking forward to watching that Forest Arsenal game. Wouldn't it be nice?
Forest Arsenal? Oh, right, yeah.
Sorry, their first game.
I'm looking forward to seeing the Forest Tottenham game. The Tottenham Forest. Mark's got a question, and I'd like to address this one. He says, how's the Gad getting on? And my answer to that is, who gives a fuck?
Yeah, wouldn't have a clue, Marky boy.
David Moyes, Horny swallowing bollock. R.I.P.
What?
to RH. Yes,
I was swollen there.
we know.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
To who?
There's an American politician guy, or he's a political speaker or something. He got attacked and killed today, shot and killed in Utah.
Oh, Charlie Kirk.
Yeah, that's the fella. Oh yeah, no, who the hell? Hang on, he said RH. Who's
I know who that is.
RH? Don't know, mate. And then he goes on to say R.I.P. to the young fella. Well,
Don't know.
David,
Don't know what he's talking about,
tell
to be
us,
honest.
tell us who you mean, mate. Tell us who you mean.
I've been bed
Colin's
all
got
night.
a question. Colin says, Kieran, I read all about this shark attack. I read all about the shark attack. I wonder if it's the great white nickname contender. He's 4 meters long.
Don't know. The experts reckon he's between 3.4 and 3.6, going by his tooth marks on the board. So yeah, it's only an estimate. Don't know what it is, Colin, but fuck me, it was a fucking dreadful attack. I don't know that much. Fucking hell.
Sean saying, just caught up with Geezer's shark update, and being a Dave Clark Fight fan, I'm in pieces. All the pieces, bits and pieces.
Fucking hell, man.
Uh,
You're coming back. You just gone surfing,
yeah.
come back with no legs and arms. Sounds like a Monty Python sketch, doesn't it?
Randy's asking Budgie and Kieran, what lineup do you both want to see and how we set up right now? Let me go first because I've already had this thought going on in my head. Because actually, Randy did ask this question about 15 minutes ago, just before Shark Watch, but I missed reading it out because we were talking about something. So, for me, I would like to see Areola back in goal. I'm sorry, I've still not got any confidence in Mads. I'd like, especially against Tottenham, I'd like Areola to be in goal. I'd like a back four of. I'd like on the left. I would like young Malik Diouf. On the right, I would like to see Aaron Wan-Bissaka. In the middle, I would like to see Kilman and Tadibo. I think that's our best pairing at this moment in time. I would like 4-3-3 in the middle of the park. The three midfielders. I would like now. Bear with me. Bear with me. I would like Paqueta in the centre of that three. I would like Fernandez on the left, or whatever his name is, on the left. And I would like, on the right, I would like to see Cole Walker-Peters. Because that would give us a little bit of spark in the midfield. And then in the front three, Bowen on the right, Somerville on the left, and I would like to see us start with Callum Wilson in the middle. That would be my lineup. What about you, Kieran?
I'm just trying to be a smart ass. Right, and this is, I would stick with Manson. I want to give him a go until he comes good. I think he will. I tell you, my two centre halves would be Kilman and Mavropanos. My left back would be Wan-Bissaka. He can deal with fucking Kudus, right? He can deal with Kudus. Walker-Peters would be my right back. Right?
Yeah.
So in the middle then, I'd have Fernandez, Paquetá, and then that's the problem spot. I think he'll stick with Prowse anyway. So I think you'll have Fernandez left, Paquetá right, and Ward-Prowse. And then I'd have Bowen and Bowen, Wilson, and Diouf. As that.
Diouf, right up front.
No, I would. It'd probably be a 4-4-2. Right?
All right. I see.
Juve will be covering. I'd have Juve covering Wan-Bissaka on the left, right? So he's in front of Wan-Bissaka. So I'd probably have 4 across that middle, and then you'd have Bowen and Wilson. Juve won't be.
Okay.
And then when we have the ball, we've got Wan-Bissaka coming out of it with Juve in front. That's how.
Yeah. But then if you've got Paqueta in the midfield like you suggested, and like I suggested, he would burst through into the front line anyway.
Well, there you go. Exactly.
So,
I mean, it's all depends.
I could see that
Regardless
working,
of what formation, the formation is. But it's when you've got the ball and when you haven't got the ball. Now, I want to double up on Kudus, so I'd have Juve and Wan-Bissaka there covering that side. And then you'd have Fernandes, Paquetá, and Ward-Prowse, rest of your midfield. I'd have Walker-Peters as a right back. He's probably going to have to cover Brennan Johnson. There you go. But I think Wan-Bissaka would be better against Kudus than anyone else. That's why I'd play him there.
David Moyes, swollen balls. He says, would you rather be attacked by a shark or an alligator?
What a fucking choice that is. Which one? Fucking hell. Well, most people survive alligator attacks. They don't survive crocodile attacks. So probably alligator. We might survive.
Try Cruz Campo if I can. It's served in one of the pubs locally, so I will give it a go. Frog says bet the shark was glad all over. Oh Jesus! Let's see who else we got. Stuart's going for a 2-1 win on Saturday. That's what I like to hear. See, now I've gone for a 4-1, but I know I'm looking. Oh, hold up. This is our unexpected guest. Hold on, where are we do? Hold on.
Stuart, 2-1 win. Be honest, you know what I fancy, Stu? I don't fancy. I want us to win. The win would be fantastic, but I'm thinking about a 1-1 draw in this game.
Listen,
I think it'd be
just
tight.
chat for a second, mate. I need to quickly go into the kitchen.
Right, mate. Yeah, but 2-1 win, wouldn't that be nice? Wouldn't that be nice? Get 6 points on the fucking board against these fuckers. Mate, yeah, that'd be great. I hope the crowd are up for it. And I hope the boys are up for it. But it'd be interesting. I don't think he will start Somerville. I think he'll try and bring him on with that 20 minutes ago. Try and do what he did against Forest. Changes the dynamic of the team. And Forest, I think even Irvine's little cameo was decent in that Forest game. He come on, didn't put a foot wrong. I'm not sure he's going to be part of this game or him coming off the bench, but it'd be good for him to get. It'd be good for him to get a few minutes, but there you go.
Yeah, I agree. I think you'll find that Somerville probably will be coming on as an impact sub.
I hope so.
But,
I hope he's still fit enough.
I think that he's shown enough, and if he's fit enough, for a start, and with him on the left and Bowen on the right, and perhaps, as I said, Callum Wilson in the middle for the first 65 minutes, and then
that's the thing. We don't know for sure what the full Krug situation is. Picked up an injury with what's name, whether he's fit to or it's just a little knock or whatever it is. So I'm not sure Callum Wilson's good. Like Antonio, I'm not sure he's good for 90 minutes. So it's who you bring on if you have to take him off after 65 or whatever. Who do you bring on? And if Fulcrug's not fit, now whether he's got eyes on Callum Marshall to be part of it, but who else have you got? Unless Antonio is back in the squad, which is always a possibility, isn't it? We might re-sign him for the rest of the season. That'll bring the age up again.
Yeah. We've got a few comments here. Steve says, I love Ange at Forest. He'll take them down.
No chance, Stevie boy. Big Ange, mate. Remember, he ain't going to win nothing this year, but next year he'll win them another trophy. Don't worry about that. Always on his second year.
Look, don't start.
I'll tell you what, it'll be a nice roller coaster for Nottingham Forest fans. It'll be a nice roller coaster to ride. I tell you, they'll enjoy
it. Usual's asking, is that a Clarkson beer? No, it's actually it's got that emblem on it. I'm not going to show you anything else. That's it. I'm not allowed to start advertising on here or get demonetized and everything. No, it's not a Clarkson beer. It's one of the original dark ales. All right. It is the original dark ale. Actually, no, that's not strictly true either, is it? Because there was mead. Right, we have a guest. We have no camera, but we do have a guest. Good evening. Hang on, let me just take this off. Oh, there we go. Good evening, Mr. Blewett. How are you, sir?
I'm alright, thank you. How you doing? You alright? I thought I would have graced you with my muggly boat today, so I thought I'd come on quickly say hello. Sorry,
mate.
late, mate. How are we? We alright?
Yeah, good.
Cieran,
I mean,
good, brother. How are you, sir?
I've missed my shark talk, mate. I've got to be honest. Gutted.
Oh, did you miss it? Fucking hell.
I missed it bad. I'm into crocodiles now, mate. So.
It was a nasty one this week, Darren.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, you have to rewind and have a little watch. Yeah, it was pretty naughty this week.
They're the best ones, mate. How are we? We all right?
All right, mate. Listen, I'm glad you popped on because I wanted to ask your opinion on what you think may transpire at the weekend with Tottenham coming to the London Stadium.
I'm actually going, so it's been a while since I've been, so I'm going. So,
good.
Be interesting to see from live actually there. I mean, the last time it was Palace at home, and it was one of the boringest games I've ever seen. So hopefully it's a bit better than that. But I think, obviously Kudos coming back. I think that'd be interesting. But I just think we're in that position where obviously we've got a good win before we broke up for the international break with Forest, and then that little break where you stop again is tough. I think that you need momentum. Momentum in football is massive, mate. It's really big, and I think if you get that, it's massive, especially at the minute when you've lost a few and then you win one, and you think, right, here we go, and then you have to stop again. So I'm worried about that, but I can't. At the minute, we're one of them teams. We are hit. We're miss. We've hit one, but I just still don't know. The style play. Obviously, Potter's getting a lot of crap in a minute. I backed him at the start, so I stayed away from social media for a while. So I'm just not. I don't want to go on the board and all that stuff. Right? Well, my opinion on that is, until that changes, it's nothing will change ultimately. I'm concerned about the goalie still. That's a big one for me.
Yeah.
They say forwards win your games, defence win your championships. That's what I always got told anyway. Defence and goalkeeper win. That's what I believe as a defender, ex-defender anyway. Forwards tell me it's bollocks, but I think we just light at the back, mate, and I think obviously I'm concerned there. I think they're going to score, so we're going to have to score twice to win the game, at least. I think at home, I always say this: you should be on the front foot. I know we won't be, but I think front foot, attacking from the start, from the kick-off, front foot, get that crowd on your side quick, push them on the back foot. Don't matter who you're playing. I don't care if you're playing Poxy, Man City, Liverpool, Arsenal, Madrid, whatever it is. Yeah, you're on the front foot because the minute you sit back, the team we've got, we ain't good enough to defend for 90 minutes. So why do it from the start? Why do it from the start? I think.
No, you're right, Darren. And I said I watched their last game, Bournemouth. They played Bournemouth, and Bournemouth went at them straight away. Right, and I'm not joking. They should have been 3-0 up at half time. They end up being. They won the game 1-0, Bournemouth. But Mike, that didn't reflect the game. Bournemouth fucking battered them, mate. They were shite. They didn't know how to deal with it, Tottenham. And the first two games, Tottenham was superb. Their performance away at Man City, beating them 2-0 up there, they were really good. And this Bournemouth, there's the template what Bournemouth did to them, how to beat them. It was there. Go at them, attack them. They were really, really, really good, Bournemouth. And like I said, they won 1-0 Bournemouth, and it should have been 3 or 4 from that. As you say, mate, on the front foot.
I think at home, I don't care who we're playing. Honestly, I don't care. I said this all the time. I don't care. I believe front foot, the old saying, and people think, oh, you're old school shit. I'm saying, first 5-10 minutes, if you play forward football and put them on the back foot and press them early, I'm telling you, that gets that crowd on the side because it's very, at the minute, it's up and down with the crowd. And then you can build from there. And then you can work out where you've got to be in the pitch and how high you can be and all that stuff, all the tactical nonsense, yeah? But if you start properly, I believe then you've got a chance. And I think you said there, Brentford got the template there to beat them, to attack them anyway on the front foot and put them back on the... Because Spurs ain't come here like, on the fucking coming off the back of about 10 wins on a trot, flying, all right, they've done okay, they started off whatever and they come back a little bit. But I just think that front foot football against them, they're not, I'm not worried about them. I'm worried about us. I don't worry about them.
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah,
I get that 100%.
But and I'm going to the game for the first time with a young lady, so we're going to get in the Tottenham end and have it. So that's what we're going to do.
Go back to the old days now, Darren.
It's good to know that things are moving on for you, mate. How's the coaching stuff going?
It's just starting to pick up again, mate. So I've had a lot of repairing to do, like on and off, obviously the coaching side. It's been the biggest thing for me is obviously word of mouth, and obviously my reputation's been quite good. And because of personal circumstances, bits and pieces, or I'm going to, which you know a little bit, it stops that. But ultimately, I'm still the same person. I've still done the same coaching. I'm still providing a service that is decent, and it's going all right now, mate. I've got booking back almost fully booked again from month to month again, and the camps are coming up. And I'm back. The last few sessions I've done, I've enjoyed. It took me a while to get back into it, mate, but I'm enjoying it.
Excellent.
Yeah, I love it.
Well, look, Darren, at some point in the next day or two, we'll have a chat because I was thinking about a little sort of like, this show is sponsored by J Kicks type thing. So
okay, mate.
Talk to me in a day or two, and we will. I need to talk to Russ and Anton, obviously.
Yeah.
But if we can arrange that, then perhaps we can get a little bit of promotion going on. You know what I mean?
Mate, I'd love to, mate. My head's always buzzing full of ideas, mate. So one to stick soon.
Cool.
I promise you.
Cool. Definitely. But getting back to West Ham, Fabianski's back, mate.
Oh no. What do you think?
Does that give you confidence, or do you worry about it? I mean, for me, he shouldn't have gone in the first place, and I think Cieran would agree with that. Right. He, in fact, said it earlier today.
Yeah.
Only to the point. I still believe Fabianski is coming back in for be third choice goalkeeper. That's what he's there for cover.
Yeah.
But I think for the dressing room, it'd be good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know, and that's it. If a Manson does well, or if Areola gets back in, and he does well, Fabianski probably won't see the pitch. But,
yeah. But it's
it
great
doesn't
to
really,
know.
it shouldn't matter.
No, but it
Who's brought
is
him back?
great to know
Who's made the
as
decision for him
fans.
to come back? Who's made that decision? Do you know? Like, who said right?
I'm not quite
I
sure.
think because they
Actually,
got rid of Foderingham, Darren, they got rid of Foderingham, and he left, so they needed a third keeper. And so they obviously asked Fabs, he's doing nothing. Mate, you want to pop back here? do a bit of training with the boys?
He's got knickknacks hanging down his throat and his hairy chest. Just just jump off the sofa, get back in between the sticks. So I think
you might as well come with us.
Yeah, but Darren, don't you also think that by him coming back, it also brings back a little bit of that West Ham-ness that's gone missing?
Yeah, I think ultimately what it comes down to is like if you sign players or you bring players in that have been in relegation battles or have struggled in teams, that breeds that mentality, right? So if you're bringing players in that have got a winning mentality or have done something, that will breed that. So I think bringing him back is he's got that mentality of winning things for the club moving forward. So I think that's a plus point, of course. Like for example, the goalie at Leicester and people they've been relegated with teams and teams that have struggled. So that's the mentality there. Like if you're bringing players back who've done well for the club and know the club, that's got to hopefully breed that. But it takes a while. Don't take one of them. It's going to take. Ain't going to switch overnight. And he's a goalkeeper, so they're all weirdos, mate. Honestly, they're all weirdos, goalies. So
Absolutely,
they're their own breed.
Well, actually, I mean, you know, I speak to Craig Forrest quite a lot, and even he admits that you've got to be 9 parts mad to be a goalkeeper. You know, and we kind of know that, because some of the goalkeepers that we've had in the past have been absolute fruitcakes. I mean, you look at David James and Rob Green and those guys, they were absolute fruitcakes.
Stephen Bywater is the most craziest person I've ever met in my life, let alone.
I know. And you know something? I even heard them very words coming out of Paolo Di Canio's lips one time in an interview.
Yeah,
he said the same thing.
He took up MMA and he just get you in a lock and you couldn't move. You'd be on the floor, you just be stay please, mate, and you couldn't move. You wouldn't be able to move. He just started doing moves. Oh, what a guy though! I loved him. He's a top man.
Brilliant.
Yeah, but I think that's what with Fabianski. I think hopefully it breeds a bit of winning. Or I say they've done something for the club. They've been around it when it's done okay, done well. So that's the aim or hope as well. Not just obviously on the pitch. You probably ain't going to play a lot if at all, but. You don't know, mate. You don't know, but I think off the pitch, hopefully, it's got to help. It has to help because
I think he's going to be.
I'll take any help.
Yeah, I think he's going to be huge in the dressing room. Absolutely huge. Because let's be fair, what's he had with us now? 8 years, 7 years, something like that, isn't it?
Something like that. Yeah.
And that to me carries a lot of weight. We've lost the likes of Aaron Creswell. We've lost the likes of Mark Noble in the dressing room on a daily basis, as it were. So these players, even Antonio, he's been with us for a good 6 years, 7 years. So all of those guys that knew like what it was to play for this shirt, or well, not this one particularly, but for this bag, they're all gone, all of them.
But it's like anything, right? And I thought this at the end of last year. You lose Sufal, Cresswell, Fabianski, Antonio. People that are important in the dressing room. Half the battle is having a really good training and dressing room.
Yeah,
that to me is all the teams I played in. When you have that real camaraderie and banter and sticking together, that's a big plus. If you change the dressing room by 5 or 6 players, in one hit, it does suffer a bit. It takes time to get used to the new people coming in, getting used to them, getting on with them, and understanding them. So it was a big change. And Fabianski knows, he doesn't have to come in and bed in, does he? But he's not, like I said, he's not. we'd have to have two disastrous keepers in Hermansen and Areola for him to play.
Yeah.
So, but he will be good for that dressing room again.
Yeah, but I don't think there's a couple of things there. Like with the training, obviously you spend so much time together. Training is important. The environment's important. It's the main thing because the game, they're all good players. Like if you're playing Premier League, you're a good player.
Yeah.
Right? So you should go out there and
All
play.
good
But
players.
the training, obviously the manager helps what they're actually doing. But you're with each other every day. So when you're going into training, you want to be there for one. You want to be. But that time, I don't know if it's like. Obviously, I'm sure they do. The camaraderie in general in teams is quite it's banter and whatever, but it's changed slightly, obviously, with just time in life in general and stuff like that. But I'm sure that still goes on. But you do need that. That's after battle or more than after battle, because the teams when I was there, even when I was there, they got promoted all young, all had a laugh, all went out together, all done things together, and got promoted. And then they were in the Premier League and had done the same thing. And it was they weren't better than some of the teams that played. But we ended up staying in the Premier League for years, and he obviously got relegated again because of that. That was one of the main things. But you've lost that in general, I think, not just
I mean,
that sort of team spirit, Darren. That team spirit is an important thing, isn't it?
Massive.
You go on.
Massive.
Yeah, I mean, you've lost the likes of people like John Moncur, running up the fucking corridor and ripping someone's shorts down to their ankles.
Yeah.
And running up the street with his own shorts around his ankles and shit like that. You've lost those kind of characters now in the changing room. So it's a very different atmosphere and a very different dynamic. But, even so, when you've got people like, when Danny Ings, I mean, look, okay, you might not have been the greatest centre forward we've ever had, but as far as characters and dressing room characters are concerned, there are very few that are better than him at creating a fun-loving, free atmosphere where people want to be. He's brilliant at it, and that's always been a known fact about that man.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And don't think like, we used to go out. We used to go out like to pubs or clubs or whatever. They might only play computer games together. I don't know, but whatever it is, they've got to want to do it together. So when they go training, they've got something in common. Whatever they poxy do now, I don't know. Whatever, And that is the main bit, especially at the minute when you're struggling. You need that. Well, you're fucked. You're really struggling, then you need it. And that can get you out of a big hole. So hopefully that is the case.
I mean, and sometimes it's good to have more than just a professional connection with certain people that you're playing with as well. Like for example, like when Declan Rice was at the club and Mark Noble was at the club playing still, there was the football connection between them, but also Mark Noble took an interest in Declan the man as well, and created probably the next England captain to lift the World Cup, in my opinion.
Well, even when I was there, I forgot I was a footballer sometimes. We was going out so much together. We was having a laugh with each other. It was like mates, you get that close to them and have that because you spend more time with them with your family. Or when I was younger, it was me, mum, dad, whatever. So, that is a big thing. It is a massive thing. But hopefully that is the case. Obviously.
Do you ever get starstruck with anybody though, Darren?
The only one I got starstruck with, which is weird, is obviously Julian Dix. And then I met him, and then I just ended up having a little tussle with him, and I thought, oh, he's all right. And then that was it after that. But no, not one really. Not really. I mean, I played against some good players, and I thought I'm nowhere near it. If that's starstruck, I don't know, but it's just like, wow, I'm nowhere near as good.
Well, no, that's just respect for somebody else's trade, somebody else's ability and that within the trade. I mean, I'm not a footballer by trade, I played when I was a younger lad and whatever. But, as a decorator or as a plasterer, I can appreciate the next man that can do the job as well, or if not better.
Yeah. I found that out a few times. but yeah. I've done all right a couple of times, but when you're trying to mark bloody Gronkia from Chelsea, he's running past you 100 miles per hour, or Stanek or Terry Henry played half a game behind closed doors, and I thought there is no point me playing football no more. There is no point. Like there is no point. If that's the level, forget it. Like I can't.
Yeah, well,
Just
that's the thing, isn't it, Darren? The levels in football, we forget. There's so many different levels. It's a bit like golf. There's some brilliant golfers out there, but they cannot reach the level of some. You know, you can be a scratch golfer. You are nowhere near being the level of top golfers, but you're still bloody good. It doesn't. And there are there's great players in the championship cannot reach the level of players in the Premier League. With some players, it's just it's all about levels, mate.
No,
that's true. And sometimes you find that there are Premier League players in lower divisions just waiting to be discovered, like Jared Bowen, for example.
Yeah.
You know,
that's right.
Because
absolutely,
let's not water it down. Jared Bowen came to us as a Championship player.
Yeah.
You know, he played for Hereford, he played for Hull City, and before that he played for local Sunday league teams and stuff.
Yeah.
So it was kind of like a little bit of a Jamie Vardy story in some respects. But look at him now, though. He's an England squad player.
Jared Bowen was at Hereford. I played for Hereford on loan. I went on loan there. He would have watched me play as a kid. And then obviously that level, I know that level, so that's where he come from, and he must have been miles better than all them. And then obviously went through the system. There's a photo of it. Have you seen that photo of him with the glasses on?
Yeah, I have. Yeah.
I think a year or two before that, I was playing there, so he would have watched me as a kid. He must have thought, "Wow, who is this kid? He's unbelievable. I want to be like him when I'm older." And obviously that gave him the inspiration to kick on.
Yeah, I mean, I feel down to you, Darren boy. No down to you, sir.
That's it, mate. And I just want to have it on record here and now that I'm really gutted that you missed out on that Ballon d'Or, Darren. It was fuck it. You were robbed, bruv. You were robbed. Listen, well, we've got lots of people still in the chat. There's 280 fucking 4 people watching still. What's up with you? Get up bed, you lot. What's the matter with you all? Anything else you want to add, guys? Darren, Kieran, anyone?
No. Don't realise that. No? See what you got in the chat? No. Wrap it up.
See what we've got. Well, Tony from Hammers Football. Oh, look, Darren's gone. He's gone, mate. Bless him. Thank you for joining, mate. Really appreciate you taking some time out of your day. Really appreciate it. Go to sleep, Jim Bob. That's it, mate. That's what I'm saying at all. What else have we got? Oh, look. Rich says Metal Mickey was on Saturday when I got home from Upton Park. Irene Handel, Metal Mickey was in Only Fools. Was he? I don't remember.
Metal Mickey. What was Metal Mickey? That rings a bell, Metal Mickey, but I can't remember.
He was like a robot. He was a giant version of R2D2, to be fair. He was a big robot thing, and he lived in an house with a family, and there was an old woman in it called Irene Handel. She was like an old actress.
She's the actress, Irene Handel. I remember her.
Yeah. She was in it. I can't remember. I can't remember much detail. But
there you go. That's my memory.
Like this fucking robot. Lived in a house with a family. It was a bit weird, I've got to be honest. What was it? Metal Mickey's producer was one of the monkeys. You're absolutely right, Neil. It was Mickey Dolenz, if I remember rightly. Yeah, Mickey Dolenz. I'm pretty sure he was the producer of that show. Yeah, all right, Mark. Nice. You type that out for a very good reason. That's why it
Fucking
got
hell.
S at the time. You know what I mean? Da, 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 da.
Thought that was a police song for a moment. Yeah.
Yeah, do 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 da 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 and all that. There you go. Sean's confirmed it. I knew he would. Mickey Dolenz. There you go. The drummer. That's right. He was the drummer of the Monkees, allegedly. I don't know if he actually could play drums or not, because I know that the Monkees were the very early days of
Hey, the
creative band.
monkeys, keep on
Yeah,
monkeying around. What?
they were a creative band. They never formed as a normal band would. They were created by this media group, and yeah, there you go. There's a
Yeah, their
little
little weekly. Used
interesting
to have that
fact.
weekly show, didn't they? It was quite good, wasn't it? It was
Yeah,
a bit of fun, wasn't
with the old car, the Monkey Mobile, that big red
it? Mm.
station wagon thing.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
Rich, you're absolutely bloody right, mate. If you're still here, hit the
Oh,
like button, please.
don't give a fuck.
208.
Don't give
There's
a
still
fuck.
284. There's 284 of you.
Yeah,
Come on.
that's
At
what you
least
like.
half of you could hit it. At least half of you could hit it. For God's sakes, come on, what's the matter with you? Go to bed. Who have we shined, said Steve. Well, if you have a look at the show that Gio did earlier on Emma's chat, he went for the whole list of available players that are on a free, free agents.
Stop.
There's about 35 of them, and out of
There's
that
hundreds.
35, I would say about 18 of them, no, the ones that they read out. And out of the 35 or so that they read out, there was about 18 of them that I knew their name, and like 2 or 3 of them are pretty well-known Premier League players that are actually available on a free. It's worth having a look. I think it was on Transfermarkt.
There's usually a good reason when they're there on a free. I know Craig Dawson's there on a free.
Yeah. True.
There you go. Oh, the wind's getting up here again.
He ain't got a birth certificate, he's got a stone tablet.
I don't think where we going now?
Somebody said that to me a couple of days ago when I said to him, I'd fucking love to get Craig Dawson back at West Ham. Love to. And he went, yeah, but he ain't even got a birth certificate, he's got a stone tablet. I pissed myself laughing. I thought it was hilarious. Oh,
I think it's
Leon,
I think
just
it's
hit the
30,
like button,
35 now.
give the lads a boost. Thank you very much, young man. That's very kind of you, sir. Who is our vice captain? It is Socek, Ryan. Yes, that is who our vice captain is. No, actually, I'm wrong. It's James Ward-Prowse. Because the other day when Jared Bowen didn't start a couple of weeks ago, when he didn't start, James Ward-Prowse did in the cup game. Was it the cup game against
I can't
Wolves?
remember. I didn't take any notice.
And then Bowen came on in the second half and he gave the armband to Bowen. So James Ward-Prowse is actually the vice captain now.
But was Socek playing
as far as I'm
that
aware.
game either? I've got a funny feeling it's Socek.
No, hang on, do you know what? I'm going to look on the West Ham website.
That's why.
I'm going to look on the West Ham website. In fact, I'm not. I'm going to bloody ask Google. Who is West Ham's vice captain?
According to en.wikipedia.org. Right?
Yeah, it's saying Declan Rice.
Yeah. Well, that says a fucking lot, doesn't it?
Well, that's been updated well, wasn't it? Hey, flipping hell, that was like 4 years ago. He was the vice captain.
Yeah.
Yeah, well done. Well done, Google. Right, so here it is, people. Don't use Google. right?
Fucking hell.
Leslie says, stay healthy, people. Leslie, I take it you're leaving us. Thank you very much for
See you,
joining.
Leslie.
Night, all you wonderful people, he says. Good night, Leslie. Rich says the Monkeys were the American Beatles. Well,
Yeah, sort
that's
of,
what
Rich,
they
yeah.
hoped for. That's what they hoped for. They turned out to be the American version of the Wurzel.
Wasn't
Anyway,
it one of the boys out the Monkeys, right? Wasn't
yeah,
I remember a story, now you can correct me if I'm wrong, but his mother invented Tipex. Remember the stuff they used for, when they had typewriters?
yeah, I remember. Yeah, it was the
I'm
white
sure it was
liquid
one
that
of
you
the
used to
Monkeys.
paint.
Yeah, the liquid you use to scrub out your mistakes, right, and then type over them.
Yeah,
I'm sure one of
yeah.
the Monkeys' mums invented that. As that for a fact. I wonder if that's true. Right. That's what's in my head
Hang
anyway.
on, hang on, hang on. All right, let's
Oh,
give
don't
them
I
another
fucking
go.
Google.
Who invented Tipex?
David Moyes.
Yes. Do you remember the guitarist, tall guy, Mike Naismith? Do you remember him from the Beatles? No, not from the
From
Beatles.
the
The
Monkeys?
other ones, from the Monkeys, yeah.
Well, I remember
Mike
their
Naismith.
faces. I don't.
The green bobber hat. Always wore
Yeah.
the green bobber hat. His
Yeah.
mother,
All right, got it. It was his mum.
Betty
There you go.
Naismith.
There you go. How clever am I?
It was produced by a German company of the same name. I'm not going to say the company's name because otherwise that's just advertising. In 1959, though
No one cares.
the underlying invention of correction fluid was by American Betty Naismith. Betty Naismith, Betty Naismith Graham, mother of Michael Naismith, of the Monkees.
There you go.
She invented it in 1951 in her kitchen. Well, there you go, Kieran. You were
There you go.
absolutely spot on.
Yeah, just
You were
one of them little
absolutely
facts that
on.
stick in the back of your head. She invented it the year I was born.
You don't get this from any other West Ham show.
No,
Who
fuck me,
invented
no.
Tipex? Yeah. And I'll
Yeah.
tell you something else, another interesting little story before I wind this down. The seed drill. Now I have no knowledge of what a seed drill is or does, right? But I do know that it was invented by a man, and that man gave birth to the name of a very big rock band, and his name was Jethro Tull. Jethro Tull is the name of the man that invented an invention called the seed drill, SEED, in case you can't hear me. Yeah, Jethro Tull.
Yeah.
There you go. That was the name of the man. And the band, Jethro Tull, took their name from him. Anyway, just a useless piece of information. Oh, hold up. I just went past do it, didn't I? I just went past his name. Did I? Or did someone just mention his name? What was that? Hold up. Did I see him? Perhaps I didn't. Alright, maybe not. Maybe not. Oh, look, we got a new name in the house. Laura Robertson. I've got a really
All
important
right.
question. Please, Laura. Laura, please put your question into the chat. I'm going to wait for it. There you go. Ian Anderson, Jeff Rotoll. Oh, yeah. There you go. Do you know what? I've been drinking so many bloody Guinnesses. Yeah, well done, Laura. Love it. What's the offside rule?
Fucking no chance. Can't explain that now, mate. Sorry,
Mate,
I just had to
listen,
move inside because we've just had a wind gusts out there now, mate. It's
yeah,
pretty severe. It's blowing the phone off my thing. So there you go. But no, the offside rule is don't get ask Cornet. Ask Maxwell Cornet what it is because he ain't got a fucking clue.
Right, listen, I don't mean to be rude, but we are going to have to end this because my earbuds are about to die. And once they die, I won't be able to hear you, you won't be able to hear me. So, until next week, yeah, thank you everybody for joining us. Laura, thank you for that brilliant question. Thank you everybody that's joined us, everybody that's commented. We will see you next week. And Kieran, hang about because I want to have a chat with you after. All right?
All right.
All right, mate. Take care.
Right.
We'll see you next week. Come on, you ones. Hey?
You might. I could be dead. I might go swimming in the ocean this week, see if I can get a bite.
Get chewed up.
Yeah. Have a story to tell.
Right. Let's go. We'll see you next week, everybody. Take care. Love you all.
Layers.
Take care. Don't
all the
forget,
best, people.
keep hitting that like button.